We at PK are back here at CES. We ran into the folks who make the Popcorn Hour and the Pop Box set-top box, and they told us about the challenges and the experience they've had putting their product together and bringing it to market.
So I sort of segment this out is there's so-called cord cutters, people who would get devices like this and maybe cut their cable subscription. Then there's cord thinners. Right. They may cut down their tiers. And then there's the never had it's. So and the never had it's would be the 20-somethings. They were always streaming stuff in their dorm rooms on their laptops. Maybe now they get a big TV. They might hook their computer up to the TV for a while, but then they'll eventually do something like this. I think the MSO industry today is got a real dilemma, which is just like the music industry when 10 years ago when the distribution got separated from the aggregation. That's when all heck breaks loose, and that's starting to basically happen in video, where the pipe provider is the aggregator in the cable companies, and then that's not the same anymore.
Yeah.
Now if you have an internet pipe, you could go direct to Netflix. You can go direct to these things.
If you talk to cable operators, and I've talked to different cable companies, there is sort of a balkanization of what it is in each cable operator. So right now, while they talk about it as a concept, each network operator is implementing their own authentication solutions, right? So you still have this problem of, depending on who you're subscribing to and different kinds of access.
This is exactly what happened with the music industry, where they say, well, we don't want to sell singles, we want to keep selling the packaged media. That's where our margins, that's where our cash cows are, and it didn't stop the erosion of the business. And who would have thought that out of that whole complete disruption, the winner would have been Apple? Right. So we're going to have the same disruption today, and somebody somewhere is going to pop up as the winner who it's not going to be obvious.
The internet content providers out there are in this frenzy, right? I mean, it is just an amazing time for them. And there was a first round of sort of the over-the-top box phenomena coming out. You saw some people show up on various devices because it was sort of novel, and people were now starting to accept it. People were starting to buy these boxes. We're now seeing this, oh my, I've got 25 box manufacturers coming to me wanting my service. I can't actually do this 25 different times. So now I need to come up with a standard way of delivering it to these guys. You're seeing some of these folks starting to look at the challenge, and some of our partners looked at it and said, I've got a real problem that if you're really successful, I'm going to have to figure out a way to make more money, right? I serve more bits. Right. The classic problem of the more successful you are as an online property, the worse your business model.
Yeah, we only lose 10 cents an episode.
So, the how do people pay for it? Some of the services are free with additional subscription on there. Some of those services are ad supported. And the key for us is being able to say, okay, your business model is one, her business models are different, and supporting those different business models, passing them on to the consumer, letting the consumer enjoy that. You're seeing this evolution of people go and say, well, the internet's the internet. This TV thing is different. And so YouTube went through an issue of changing their licensing agreement, terms of service. We had built to the old terms of service. They had changed the new terms of service to say, you can't put us on TV. That's restricted. And we can point to the documents and you can see the old and new. But basically they changed it. And then they informed us of that. And we asked them, well, is there anything we could do? And they said, well, you need to be a strategic partner. And when we asked what that meant, they said, it requires 7 figures. And they said, we have our strategic partners complaining that other companies have access to this content on television. So suddenly it became this, the internet now became cable TV, right?
Yeah,
it became I'm sorry, you're not big enough to play and we're going after bigger fish. And so we'll restrict access through a device to YouTube to the television, which is a little bit weird because obviously I can just take my laptop, hook YouTube up to the television, and off I go.
Right.
So there's this weird moment where people are treating the glass and the distribution is almost one and the same.
And almost the size of the glass.
You know, so it's the issue of, you know, the TV, getting to the TV through a device is somehow different than getting to the TV through a PC, which is also a device. But the nice part is if you want access to the content in YouTube, go to Blip, go to MetaCafe, go to, you know, because any content provider worth their salt is syndicating it across all these different services.